Across the endless golden plains of Africa, the first rays of sunlight signal the beginning of another relentless contest for survival. Here, every heartbeat is a calculation, every movement a potential risk. Animals must remain vigilant, constantly scanning their surroundings for both opportunity and threat. Predators like lions and leopards rely on stealth and patience, using the tall grass and shifting light to mask their approach. Their hunts are a blend of strategy and explosive power, often ending in a burst of speed that determines life or death in seconds. For mothers, the stakes are even higher. They must not only secure food for themselves, but also shield their vulnerable young from lurking dangers. Lessons in survival begin early, as cubs and calves learn to interpret every scent and sound. Scavengers like vultures and jackals exploit every opportunity, their sharp senses tuned to the faintest sign of weakness or death. In this ecosystem, nothing goes to waste, and competition is fierce even among those who do not hunt. As the day unfolds, herds of herbivores move with purpose, seeking fresh grazing while remaining acutely aware of the ever-present threat of ambush. Their survival depends on collective vigilance and the ability to react instantly to danger. Predators, too, must be wary. Rival carnivores may steal a hard-earned meal or even pose a lethal threat. Social hunters like wild dogs rely on intricate teamwork, using coordinated chases and silent signals to outmaneuver both prey and competitors. The harsh climate takes its toll. During the dry season, food and water become scarce, and even the strongest animals show signs of exhaustion. Every decision, when to hunt, where to rest, can mean the difference between survival and starvation. Dawn is a critical time. Predators emerge from their nighttime shelters, muscles stiff but senses sharp, ready to exploit the cool hours before the sun becomes punishing. For many, the first hunt of the day is crucial. Youngsters observe and imitate, learning the subtle art of stalking, the patience to wait for the perfect moment, and the explosive commitment required to bring down prey. Spotted hyenas and cheetahs, though both formidable, employ radically different tactics. Hyenas use endurance and teamwork, often running their quarry to exhaustion, while cheetahs depend on blinding acceleration and precise timing. The cheetah's sprint is a marvel of evolution, lightweight, streamlined, and built for speed, but at the cost of stamina. Hyenas, in contrast, are robust and relentless, able to digest bone and outlast almost any rival. Each predator's anatomy tells a story of adaptation. Keen eyesight, acute hearing, and powerful jaws are just some of the tools honed by generations of natural selection. Cooperation is key for some, while others rely on solitary cunning. Packs of hyenas communicate with subtle cues, orchestrating complex maneuvers, while solitary hunters like leopards depend on stealth and surprise. Every encounter is a test of nerve and skill. The outcome is never certain, and a single mistake can mean hunger or death. The environment itself is an adversary. Blistering heat, parched earth, and unpredictable weather force animals to adapt constantly, seeking shade, conserving water, and timing their movements to avoid the worst of the elements. When rivers dry up and grasslands wither, the search for sustenance becomes a desperate journey. Herds must travel vast distances, navigating treacherous terrain and facing predators at every turn. Migration is a test of endurance and memory. Only those with the strength and knowledge to find hidden resources will survive the journey. Predators must adapt as well, tracking the movements of prey herds, learning new territories, and sometimes facing unfamiliar rivals. When resources dwindle, risks escalate. Predators may attempt to bring down larger, more dangerous prey, or challenge other carnivores for a share of the spoils. The midday heat is unforgiving. Animals retreat to whatever shade they can find, minimizing movement to conserve precious energy and water. Ingenious behaviors emerge. Elephants coat themselves in dust to protect against sun and insects, while buffalo wallow in mud to cool down and shield against biting flies. Waterholes become tense arenas where predator and prey gather in uneasy truce. Every animal must weigh the risk of ambush against the necessity of drinking. The actions of one species can ripple through the ecosystem. Alarm calls, sudden movements, or the presence of a predator can trigger chain reactions, altering the behavior of dozens of animals in an instant. The predator-prey relationship is a dynamic contest of adaptation. Prey animals evolve new strategies, zigzagging, sudden stops, or cryptic coloration, while predators refine their own tactics in response. Agility, intelligence, and cooperation are constantly tested. Some predators rely on raw speed, others on cunning or teamwork, each exploiting a different niche in the web of life. Prey animals, too, are specialists. Some rely on explosive acceleration, others on unpredictable movements or the safety of numbers to evade capture. The constant pressure of predation has shaped every aspect of their lives, from the way they move to the strategies they use to find food and avoid danger. Every scar tells a story of survival. These animals are the product of countless generations of trial and error, each one a testament to resilience and adaptability. In this world, mastery is earned through experience, instinct, and the relentless drive to endure. Only those who can adapt, innovate, and persevere will claim another dawn on the wild African plains. When you picture a hyena, you might conjure up the image of a sly scavenger, its eerie laughter echoing through the twilight. But beneath this reputation lies a predator whose social complexity and intelligence rival the most sophisticated hunters in the wild. The spotted hyena is not only one of Africa's most successful carnivores, but also one of its most socially advanced. Their clans can number up to 80 individuals, each with a distinct role and status within a rigid hierarchy. Unlike many predators, hyenas rely on intricate cooperation and communication to hunt and survive. Their ability to coordinate complex group strategies allows them to outmaneuver prey and even rival predators. During a hunt, hyenas display remarkable teamwork. Some individuals act as drivers, pushing herds toward hidden ambushes, while others anticipate escape routes, cutting off prey with precision. Their stamina is legendary. Hyenas can maintain a relentless pursuit for miles, exploiting their endurance to exhaust even the most robust animals, such as wildebeest or zebra, until the prey collapses from fatigue. Once the prey is cornered, the clan's coordination becomes even more apparent. Each member knows its place, minimizing risk and maximizing efficiency as they close in for the kill. The iconic laugh of the hyena is, in reality, a sophisticated vocalization. It conveys information about the caller's age, status, and emotional state, and can even signal distress or excitement. These vocal exchanges are essential for maintaining social order. Dominant females who lead the clan use specific calls to assert authority or rally members during conflict. Each hyena's voice is unique, allowing individuals to recognize one another across vast distances, even in the dead of night. During hunts, a rapid series of whoops can signal the start of a chase, while lower-pitched groans may coordinate the group's movements or alert others to danger. When a kill is made, hyenas use a chorus of calls to summon distant clan members, ensuring the group can defend its prize from competitors. Territorial disputes are resolved through ritualized displays and vocal contests, minimizing the risk of injury while reinforcing social bonds and boundaries. The ability to interpret these signals is learned from a young age as cubs observe and mimic the adults, gradually mastering the clan's complex language. Social grooming and nuzzling reinforce alliances and reduce tension, especially among high-ranking females and their offspring, who form the core of the clan's power structure. Spotted hyenas are opportunists, adapting their strategies to the ever-changing savanna. They hunt, scavenge, and even cache food, ensuring survival through both abundance and scarcity. Their acute sense of smell allows them to detect carrion from kilometers away, and their powerful jaws can crush bones that other predators leave behind. This adaptability is matched by their boldness. Hyenas will investigate any opportunity, weighing risks and rewards with remarkable calculation. They are known to challenge leopards for their kills, using intimidation and numbers to force a retreat. In rare displays of audacity, large hyena clans have even driven lions from their own meals, a testament to their collective strength and strategic planning. Their persistence is legendary. A hyena will not easily abandon a potential meal, often waiting patiently for hours or returning repeatedly until the opportunity is right. This relentless drive ensures that even in the harshest dry seasons, hyenas can find sustenance where others fail. Their foraging is methodical, covering vast territories and exploiting every resource, from insects to large ungulates. Hyenas are problem solvers, capable of manipulating objects and devising solutions to access hidden food, a trait rarely seen in other carnivores. In experimental settings, they have demonstrated the ability to solve multi-step puzzles using both memory and innovation. Cooperation is not limited to hunting. Hyenas will work together to move obstacles, open tough carcasses, or defend resources from rivals. Knowledge is passed down through generations. Cubs learn by shadowing adults, absorbing the nuances of clan life and the subtleties of their environment. Youngsters observe hunting tactics, social cues, and even the politics of dominance, preparing them for the challenges ahead. This culture of learning and adaptation strengthens the clan, allowing it to thrive in unpredictable and often hostile landscapes. The spotted hyena stands as a testament to the power of social intelligence and adaptability in the wild, a predator whose true nature is revealed only to those who look beyond the myth. Far more than mere scavengers, they are architects of their own survival, shaping the savanna with every calculated move and every echoing call. The remarkable success of the spotted hyena is rooted in its sophisticated social organization, a system that rivals the complexity of primate societies. Hyenas form clans that can number up to 80 individuals, each member playing a distinct role within the group's intricate hierarchy. These clans are not simply loose gatherings, they are tightly knit societies governed by dominance, kinship, and a complex web of alliances. Living in such a large group offers protection from predators, increases foraging efficiency, and provides warmth during the chilly nights of the savanna. When it comes to hunting, hyenas employ a blend of patience, endurance, and tactical coordination, often targeting prey much larger than themselves. Their ability to defend kills from formidable rivals like lions is a testament to their unity and relentless determination. Communication is key. Hyenas use a sophisticated range of vocalizations, body postures, and scent markings to coordinate movements and signal intentions. At the heart of every clan is a matriarchal structure, with dominant females orchestrating the group's activities and maintaining order. The matriarch's authority is absolute, and her leadership is enforced through both physical strength and social intelligence. Female hyenas are not only larger and more muscular than males, but also exhibit heightened aggression, especially when resources are scarce. The matriarch leads hunts, chooses den sites, and her decisions shape the fate of the entire clan. Her daughters inherit her rank, ensuring that power and privilege remain within a tightly controlled lineage, reinforcing the stability of the clan. Males, by contrast, occupy the lowest rungs of the social ladder, often relegated to the periphery during feeding and social interactions. This unique female-dominated hierarchy is rare among mammals and is a cornerstone of the hyena's evolutionary success. Social bonds are reinforced through grooming, food sharing, and playful interactions, all of which reduce tension and foster cooperation. During hunts, hyenas display remarkable coordination, with individuals assuming specialized roles such as chasers, blockers, and ambushers. Some hyenas initiate the pursuit, while others anticipate escape routes, flanking and encircling their quarry with precision. Their stamina and teamwork allow them to wear down even the most resilient prey, often succeeding where solitary hunters would fail. After a successful hunt, a strict feeding hierarchy is observed, with dominant females and their offspring feeding first, followed by subordinates. This ensures that the next generation of leaders receives the nutrition needed for growth and future dominance. Lower-ranking members must wait their turn, but even the scraps are enough to sustain them, thanks to the hyena's powerful digestive system. The communal den is the heart of the clan, a place where cubs are raised in safety and learn the social skills vital for survival. These dens, often inherited and expanded over generations, provide shelter from predators and harsh weather, with adults taking turns standing guard. Inside, cubs are protected from danger, but also begin to explore, developing independence under the watchful eyes of older clan members. Cooperative parenting is common, with females often nursing and protecting cubs that are not their own, increasing the survival odds for the entire group. Disputes are settled through ritualized displays rather than outright violence, preserving group cohesion and minimizing injury. As a united force, the clan patrols vast territories, marking boundaries and deterring intruders with coordinated displays of strength. While a lone hyena is a resourceful survivor, it is the collective intelligence, cooperation, and resilience of the clan that make them the undisputed powerhouses of the African plains. Spotted hyenas are renowned as the ecological custodians of the African savanna, performing a vital role in maintaining the delicate balance of their environment. Their reputation as nature's cleanup crew is well earned, as they consume not only the leftovers from other predators, but also the toughest, most nutrient-rich parts of a carcass that would otherwise go to waste. When apex predators like lions or leopards abandon a kill, what remains is often a mass of dense bone, sinew, and hide, materials that most carnivores cannot process. For the majority of scavengers, these remnants are simply too tough to penetrate, leaving them inaccessible and destined to decay. But for the hyena, these are not obstacles. They are opportunities. Their feeding habits are defined by an extraordinary ability to consume and digest nearly every part of an animal. Hyenas possess a digestive system so robust that it can neutralize dangerous pathogens and break down decaying flesh, bones, and even keratinous materials, preventing the spread of disease and recycling nutrients back into the ecosystem. Central to this remarkable adaptation is the hyena's jaw, one of the most powerful in the animal kingdom. The jaw muscles of a spotted hyena are exceptionally developed, anchored to a massive sagittal crest atop the skull, which provides an expansive surface for muscle attachment and maximizes bite force. This anatomical specialization enables hyenas to exert a bite force exceeding 1,000 pounds per square inch, enough to shatter the femur of a buffalo or giraffe with a single decisive crunch. Their premolars are conical and robust, perfectly shaped for cracking open the largest bones and exposing the nutrient-rich marrow within. By accessing marrow, hyenas tap into a dense source of fat and minerals, which is crucial for survival in the unpredictable savanna environment. This unique feeding strategy allows them to exploit a food resource that is virtually inaccessible to other carnivores, giving them a significant competitive edge. After a meal, a hyena's stomach expands dramatically, accommodating large quantities of food and bone, which are then subjected to highly acidic gastric juices. Their stomach acid is among the most potent in the animal world, capable of dissolving not only bone, but also hooves, horns, and even some teeth, extracting vital nutrients such as calcium, phosphorus, and collagen. Specialized enzymes further break down these tough materials, ensuring that almost every edible component is digested and absorbed. The result of this bone-rich diet is evident in their droppings, which are often chalky white due to the high concentration of undigested calcium. Once hyenas have finished feeding, little remains but the most indigestible fragments, leaving the landscape remarkably clean and free of disease-ridden debris. Hyenas often feed communally, using their combined strength and social coordination to strip a carcass in record time, minimizing the window for disease transmission. Their presence is a stabilizing force in the ecosystem, as they regulate populations of disease vectors and ensure that nutrients are rapidly recycled. By swiftly removing carcasses, hyenas prevent the proliferation of harmful bacteria and parasites that could threaten the health of other wildlife. Without their intervention, the savanna would quickly become a hazardous environment, rife with pathogens and decaying matter. The synergy of their anatomical adaptations, immense jaw strength, specialized teeth, and a formidable digestive system makes hyenas the ultimate recyclers of the wild. Far from being mere scavengers, hyenas are indispensable engineers of the ecosystem, ensuring that the savanna remains vibrant, balanced, and healthy for all its inhabitants. The African savanna, often imagined as a realm of abundance and vitality, is in truth a landscape shaped by relentless hardship and unforgiving cycles. During extended droughts, the environment transforms into a crucible of survival, where every living creature is tested to its limits. The once lush grasses shrivel and die, waterholes evaporate into memory, and the very ground itself becomes a mosaic of cracks and dust. Vast herds of herbivores, wildebeest, zebras, antelope, are compelled to embark on perilous migrations, driven by the desperate search for dwindling food and water. For the predators left behind, such as the spotted hyena, the absence of prey marks the beginning of a struggle that is both physical and psychological. Hunger gnaws relentlessly, sharpening instincts and driving even the most resourceful hunters to the edge of desperation. In these punishing conditions, the established rules of predator and prey dissolve, replaced by a raw contest for survival, where adaptability is paramount. Hyenas, renowned for their opportunism, are forced to exploit every possible food source, scavenging relentlessly and adopting behaviors rarely seen in times of plenty. The price of survival escalates as the environment grows harsher, and every decision can mean the difference between life and death. Driven by necessity, hyenas scour the barren plains for anything remotely edible. Their senses are tuned to the faintest scent of sustenance. Insects, lizards, and small rodents become vital sources of nutrition, each mouthful a small victory against starvation. Even the sun-bleached remnants of long-dead animals are not overlooked. Every scrap of hide or sinew is consumed with grim determination. But as the drought deepens, even these meager resources vanish, leaving only bones and dust. In this void, the social fabric of predator communities is strained, and darker instincts begin to surface. When a clan member succumbs to age, injury, or the slow agony of starvation, the group faces a grim decision. The weak and injured, unable to keep pace with the demands of survival, become vulnerable not only to the elements, but to their own kin. The death of a clan member is not mourned in the way we might imagine. Instead, it is met with a pragmatic response born of necessity. Cannibalism emerges as a last resort, a behavior that, while unsettling, is a testament to the extremes of survival in the wild. The remains of the fallen are consumed, providing a critical infusion of protein and energy to those who remain. To outside eyes, this act may appear brutal, but within the context of the savanna, it is a calculated response to an unforgiving reality. For the survivors, every calorie is precious, and the alternative, starvation, is a fate that stalks every shadow. The act of consuming a fallen clan member is not driven by aggression or malice, but by the relentless arithmetic of survival. Social bonds are tested, yet necessity overrides sentiment, and the clan endures by any means available. In the shade, a solitary hyena rests, conserving energy, every movement measured against the cost of exertion in the searing heat. Even the smallest scraps are fiercely contested, as each bite can mean the difference between endurance and collapse. The body of a deceased clan member becomes a lifeline, sustaining the group through the most punishing days. The Savanna, stripped of its abundance, reveals the stark reality of life on the edge, where only the most adaptable survive. Despite these hardships, the social structure of the clan persists, with grooming and close contact reinforcing bonds even in adversity. Yet beneath these bonds lies an unyielding drive to survive, a force that shapes every action and decision. The environment compels extraordinary behaviors, acts of ingenuity, resilience, and, at times, grim necessity, each a response to the relentless pressure of survival. These challenges are not unique to hyenas. Lions, cheetahs, and other predators are equally beset by hunger, thirst, and the constant threat of injury. As resources dwindle, competition intensifies, and encounters between rival predators become fraught with tension and risk. Clashes over carcasses are fierce and often violent, with injuries sustained in these battles sometimes proving fatal in the days that follow. Each hunt is a gamble, with weakened predators pitted against wary, desperate prey. Failure means another day without food, and the risk of debilitating injury grows with every attempt. Prey animals, though weakened by hunger, are hypervigilant, their survival instincts honed by constant threat. The relentless heat saps strength, forcing predators to rest during the day and hunt under the cover of darkness, when the risks and rewards are equally high. Hyenas' remarkable digestive systems allow them to extract nourishment from bones and scraps that other predators leave behind, a crucial advantage in lean times. Their unity and adaptability, combined with an unyielding will to survive, enable them to endure where others might falter. Only when the first distant thunderheads appear on the horizon does hope return, promising relief and the renewal of life for those who have endured the darkest trials of the wild. Now, let's shift our focus to a predator whose entire existence is defined by the pursuit of speed, an animal whose every anatomical feature is honed for one explosive purpose: the chase. The cheetah is the undisputed champion of terrestrial velocity, a marvel of evolutionary engineering that transforms muscle, bone, and sinew into a living projectile. Unlike predators such as hyenas, which depend on endurance and teamwork, the cheetah's hunting strategy is built around a single, breathtaking burst of acceleration. Every aspect of the cheetah's body is specialized for speed. Its lightweight frame, long limbs, and flexible spine act in concert, allowing it to go from 0 to over 60 miles per hour in mere seconds. This extraordinary acceleration is made possible by a unique combination of anatomical adaptations, making the cheetah a true icon of the African plains. The cheetah's hunting method is a high-risk, high-reward endeavor. It must get as close as possible to its prey before launching its attack, as its sprint can only be sustained for a brief window. Unlike endurance hunters, the cheetah is not built for prolonged chases. Its body is optimized for short, explosive pursuits. Each hunt is a calculated gamble, a sprint that rarely lasts more than 30 seconds and covers less than 300 meters. To maximize its chances, the cheetah often seeks out elevated vantage points, termite mounds or fallen trees, to scan the savanna for vulnerable prey. It targets individuals that are isolated, young, or weak, minimizing the distance required for a successful ambush. The cheetah's spotted coat provides perfect camouflage in the dappled light of the grasslands, allowing it to stalk within striking distance without detection. When the moment arrives, the cheetah unleashes its sprint, powered by specialized fast-twitch muscle fibers that deliver explosive force. The chase is a blur of motion, a contest of raw speed and split-second reflexes between predator and prey. The cheetah's spine acts like a spring, flexing and extending with each stride, allowing its legs to cover up to 25 feet in a single bound. At full tilt, the cheetah can reach speeds approaching 75 miles per hour, its entire body streamlined for minimal air resistance. But speed alone is not enough. The cheetah's semi-retractable claws provide extra grip, while its enlarged nasal passages and lungs maximize oxygen intake during the sprint. Agility is equally vital. The cheetah can change direction with astonishing precision, pivoting on a dime to match every evasive maneuver of its quarry. Its long, muscular tail acts as a dynamic counterbalance, swinging laterally to stabilize the body and prevent skidding during high-speed turns. This combination of speed and maneuverability allows the cheetah to pursue agile prey such as gazelles and impalas, matching every twist and feint. Yet, this extraordinary athleticism comes at a steep physiological price. During a chase, the cheetah's heart rate can soar to over 200 beats per minute, and its body temperature rises rapidly, risking dangerous overheating. Its respiratory system is pushed to the limit, with enlarged adrenal glands flooding the bloodstream with adrenaline to fuel the sprint. Because of this, the cheetah can only maintain its top speed for a matter of seconds, before exhaustion and overheating force it to stop. If the prey escapes beyond the cheetah's critical range, the hunt must be abandoned, as further pursuit could prove fatal. Each hunt is a significant investment of energy, and failure means not only hunger but also a dangerous depletion of reserves. For the cheetah, survival is a delicate balance. Its speed is both its greatest weapon and its greatest vulnerability, a testament to the relentless arms race between predator and prey on the African plains. The cheetah's body is a marvel of evolutionary specialization, meticulously crafted for one purpose: unmatched speed across the open plains. Every anatomical detail, from the tip of its nose to the end of its tail, is fine-tuned for acceleration, agility, and efficiency. Unlike the robust, muscular build of the hyena, the cheetah's frame is exceptionally slender and lightweight, reducing drag and maximizing maneuverability. Its skeleton is composed of elongated, lightweight bones, and it carries minimal body fat, which not only enhances its aerodynamic profile, but also allows for rapid bursts of speed with minimal energy expenditure. The cheetah's head is small and rounded, with a flattened skull and a short snout, minimizing wind resistance as it slices through the air at high velocity. Beneath its spotted coat lies an oversized chest cavity, housing an enlarged heart and powerful lungs. These organs are proportionally larger than those of any other big cat, enabling the cheetah to circulate oxygen at an extraordinary rate. During a sprint, the cheetah's respiratory rate can skyrocket from 60 to 150 breaths per minute, flooding its bloodstream with oxygen to fuel explosive muscle contractions. Its musculoskeletal system is highly specialized. The cheetah's long, slim legs are packed with fast-twitch muscle fibers, providing rapid acceleration and powerful propulsion. The spine acts as a flexible, muscular spring, compressing and extending with each stride. This unique adaptation allows the cheetah to double the length of its stride, reaching up to 25 feet in a single bound. At full speed, the cheetah spends more than half of each stride airborne, its body stretched to the limit, barely touching the earth as it races forward. The limbs are not only long, but also extremely flexible, with specialized joints that allow for a wide range of motion, acting like pendulums to maximize stride frequency and length. The cheetah's paws are compact and hard, with tough pads that provide traction and absorb shock during high-speed chases. Unlike most felines, the cheetah's claws are only semi-retractable, remaining exposed to act like cleats, gripping the ground for explosive acceleration and razor-sharp turns. These claws, combined with specialized foot pads, function much like the spikes on a sprinter's shoes, anchoring the cheetah to the earth as it pivots and surges forward. Every muscle, tendon, and ligament is tuned for speed, from the powerful thigh muscles to the flexible shoulders and hips, all working in concert to deliver explosive movement. The cheetah's face is marked by distinctive black tear marks, running from the inner corners of its eyes down to the sides of its mouth. These markings are thought to reduce glare from the sun and enhance focus on distant prey. Its large, forward-facing eyes are adapted for daytime hunting, providing exceptional binocular vision and depth perception, crucial for tracking and targeting fast-moving prey. Acute hearing, aided by small, rounded ears that can swivel independently, allows the cheetah to detect subtle sounds of movement across the grasslands, alerting it to both prey and potential threats. The cheetah's long, muscular tail acts as a dynamic counterbalance, swinging side to side to stabilize the body and steer sharply during high-speed pursuits. After a chase, the cheetah's body rapidly overheats, and it must rest and recover, panting heavily to dissipate excess heat, a critical limitation of its high-performance design. The cheetah is a pursuit specialist, relying on stealth and explosive acceleration to close the gap on prey before exhaustion sets in. However, its lightweight build and lack of robust musculature mean it is ill-equipped for confrontation with larger predators. The cheetah often loses its hard-won meals to lions, hyenas, or leopards, unable to defend its catch due to its fragile frame and risk of injury. Its survival depends on vigilance, speed, and the ability to avoid direct conflict, making it both a master of the chase and a creature of caution. The cheetah exemplifies the evolutionary trade-off. Its extraordinary adaptations for speed come at the cost of strength, stamina, and defensive capability. It is a specialist, thriving on the razor's edge of survival, where every sprint is a gamble and every adaptation is both a gift and a limitation. The cheetah's legendary speed is a marvel of evolution, but it comes at a steep and complex cost, one that shapes every moment of its existence. In the relentless evolutionary race to become the fastest land animal, the cheetah has sacrificed much of the brute strength and resilience seen in other apex predators. Its jaw is slender and relatively fragile, lacking the crushing force of a lion or the bone-breaking bite of a hyena. This anatomical trade-off is essential for minimizing weight and maximizing acceleration. A heavier skull and more powerful jaw muscles would slow the cheetah down, undermining its only true advantage, raw speed. Instead, the cheetah relies on a suffocating grip to the throat of its prey, a method that is effective but time-consuming and physically taxing. Unlike the swift, crushing kills of other big cats, this technique can take several minutes, leaving the cheetah exposed and vulnerable during the struggle. The aftermath of a hunt is fraught with danger. The cheetah's muscles are flooded with lactic acid, and its body temperature soars dangerously high, forcing it to collapse in exhaustion. During this critical recovery window, the cheetah is at its weakest, unable to defend itself or its hard-earned meal. It must rest and pant heavily, sometimes for up to 30 minutes, to dissipate heat and restore oxygen to its muscles. This period of vulnerability is compounded by the open habitats cheetahs prefer, where there is little cover to hide from opportunistic rivals. The scent of blood and the sight of a fresh kill quickly draw the attention of scavengers and dominant predators from across the plains. Lions, leopards, and hyenas are always alert for such opportunities, and a fatigued cheetah is an easy target for theft. Built for acceleration, not confrontation, the cheetah's only defense is to abandon its meal and escape with its life. When faced with a pride of lions or a clan of hyenas, the cheetah's slender frame and light build offer no chance in a fight. Reluctantly, it must surrender its hard-won prey, a loss that can be devastating after the immense energy spent in the chase. Such setbacks are not rare. For cheetahs, losing a meal is a frequent and demoralizing reality. Studies estimate that up to half of all cheetah kills are stolen by stronger predators, forcing cheetahs to hunt far more often than their rivals. This relentless cycle of hunting and loss places enormous strain on the cheetah's energy reserves, demanding exceptional stamina and resilience. Every hunt is a gamble, and every meal is shadowed by the risk of theft or injury. The cheetah must constantly weigh the energy cost of a chase against the likelihood of success and the threat of losing its prize. For mothers, these challenges are magnified. A female cheetah must not only feed herself, but also provide for her cubs, all while avoiding detection by larger predators. She leaves her cubs hidden for hours at a time, risking their safety while she hunts, knowing that a failed hunt or stolen kill could mean starvation for her young. When she does make a kill, she must eat rapidly, always alert for the approach of scavengers before racing back to her cubs. The ever-present threat from other predators means that cub mortality is heartbreakingly high, with only a small fraction surviving to adulthood. Many cubs are lost to predation or starvation, a harsh reality that underscores the precariousness of the cheetah's existence. The cheetah's specialization in speed is both its greatest triumph and its most profound vulnerability, forcing it to navigate a world of constant risk, energy challenges, and environmental pressures, forever living on the edge of survival. The stories of the spotted hyena and the cheetah reveal that survival in the wild is a dynamic, ever-evolving challenge, one that demands constant adaptation, innovation, and resilience. These two remarkable predators have carved out their own niches, each mastering their environment through a unique blend of instinct, physical prowess, and behavioral flexibility. The hyena's mastery lies in its ability to exploit opportunity at every turn. Their social structure is not just complex, it is fluid, allowing clans to expand or contract, shift territories, and adapt their hunting strategies as prey populations fluctuate. Hyenas are opportunists, seamlessly switching between hunting and scavenging. When prey is scarce, they coordinate intricate group hunts, using vocalizations and body language to outmaneuver even the most formidable adversaries. Their digestive systems are marvels of adaptation, capable of extracting nutrients from bone, hide, and sinew, resources that would be wasted by less specialized carnivores. Intelligence and communication are their greatest assets. Hyenas use a sophisticated array of calls, postures, and even scent markings to coordinate movements, defend territory, and maintain social order. In contrast, the cheetah's dominance is built on specialization. It has evolved to exploit a narrow ecological window, thriving where open plains and abundant small to medium-sized prey converge. Every aspect of the cheetah's anatomy is engineered for acceleration: lightweight bones, elongated limbs, and a flexible spine that acts as a spring, propelling it forward in explosive bursts. Its semi-retractable claws provide traction, while oversized nasal passages and lungs maximize oxygen intake during high-speed chases. This relentless pursuit of speed allows the cheetah to target prey that few others can catch. Yet this specialization comes with vulnerability. The cheetah's slender build and solitary habits make it susceptible to kleptoparasitism, forcing it to abandon kills to more robust competitors. To compensate, cheetahs have honed their stealth and timing, often hunting during cooler hours or in areas with dense cover to minimize detection and maximize their chances of a successful, undisturbed meal. After a kill, the cheetah must eat rapidly, always alert to the approach of rivals. Its vigilance and agility are as crucial to its survival as its speed. The cheetah's existence is a delicate balance. Its grace and efficiency are matched only by the constant tension of living on the edge. Both hyenas and cheetahs must continually adapt to shifting landscapes, unpredictable weather, and the ever-changing movements of prey and rival predators. For hyenas, dominance is maintained through relentless competition, strategic alliances, and the ability to exploit even the harshest environments, whether defending a carcass from lions or enduring drought, by expanding their diet to include insects, fruit, or even reptiles. For cheetahs, adaptation means raising cubs in secrecy, moving them frequently to avoid detection, and teaching them the art of patience and precision from an early age. Each day, these predators refine their skills, hyenas perfecting teamwork and resourcefulness, cheetahs sharpening their senses and timing, ensuring their continued place atop the food chain. Their ability to endure drought, evade danger, and exploit fleeting opportunities is a testament to the intricate strategies that define true mastery of the wild. In the unforgiving arena of the savanna, only those who adapt, innovate, and persist can claim the title of champion. Every scar, every moment of exhaustion is a record of the price paid for survival, a reminder that dominance is never permanent, but always earned. The hyena's social hierarchy is enforced through ritualized displays and fierce contests, while the cheetah's solitary vigilance is a constant negotiation between risk and reward. The savanna is a living tapestry of competition and cooperation, where every species must find its own balance between aggression and caution, specialization and flexibility. Hyenas and cheetahs are not defined by simple labels. They are complex survivors, each embodying a different philosophy of life, each essential to the ecosystem's intricate web. By delving into their struggles, strategies, and triumphs, we uncover the profound ingenuity and adaptability that define the wild's true masters, creatures who, through endless challenge and change, continue to shape the living world around them. In the silent theater of the savanna, survival often depends on remaining unseen. For predators like the hyena and the cheetah, camouflage and stealth are not just advantages, they are necessities honed by countless generations of natural selection. Every contour of their bodies, every pattern on their fur, serves a purpose in this ongoing game of shadow and light. The cheetah's coat, marked with an intricate mosaic of black spots on tawny gold, is more than just a symbol of beauty. This dappled pattern breaks up the animal's outline, allowing it to blend seamlessly into tall grasses and sun-dappled terrain. When stalking prey, the cheetah moves with calculated precision, shoulders low, head aligned with the spine, each step measured and silent. Its tail, banded with dark rings, acts as a counterbalance, aiding in swift directional changes, but also signaling subtle intent. For a cheetah, the hunt begins long before the chase. It relies on patience, using the landscape as a cloak, inching closer until the distance between predator and prey is razor-thin. Only then does the cheetah reveal its true speed, erupting from concealment in a blur of motion. Hyenas, though less celebrated for stealth, are masters of subtlety in their own right. Their mottled coats mimic the shifting shadows of dusk and dawn, providing effective camouflage during their preferred hunting hours. In dense underbrush or among rocky outcrops, a hyena can become almost invisible, observing potential prey or rivals with keen, watchful eyes. When approaching a carcass guarded by larger predators, hyenas often advance in silence, using cover and darkness to their advantage, assessing risks before making a move. Both predators exploit the interplay of light and landscape, using the environment itself as a tool. The wavering heat haze, the tangled undergrowth, even the movement of wind through grass, all become allies in the art of disappearing. This mastery of stealth is not limited to hunting, it is equally vital for evasion. Young cheetahs and hyena cubs depend on their ability to remain hidden from lions, leopards, and other threats. Their survival hinges on stillness and the ability to vanish into the background. In a world where a single misstep can mean the difference between feast and famine, camouflage and stealth are silent partners in the dance of survival. They are the invisible threads that connect predator and prey, shaping every encounter, every pursuit, and every escape. Through these adaptations, the hyena and the cheetah continue to navigate the savanna's endless challenges, proving that sometimes the greatest strength lies in the power to disappear. Beneath the surface of the savanna's daily drama lies a hidden world, a realm ruled not just by speed or strength, but by senses sharpened to perfection. For predators like the cheetah and the hyena, survival depends on perceiving what others cannot see, hear, or smell. These are the sensory superpowers that define the true masters of the wild. As dusk falls and shadows stretch across the plains, the hyena's world comes alive. Its eyes, adapted for low light, gather every trace of the fading sun. A special layer of cells behind the retina, called the tapetum lucidum, reflects even the faintest glimmer, granting the hyena a ghostly vision of the night. This nocturnal advantage allows it to navigate, hunt, and scavenge long after others have been forced into hiding. But vision is only one piece of the puzzle. The hyena's oversized, rounded ears rotate like satellite dishes, capturing the subtlest sounds, the rustle of grass, the distant call of prey, or the approach of a rival. Even the faintest whisper on the wind becomes a clue, guiding the hyena across vast distances, turning darkness into opportunity. Meanwhile, the cheetah's keen eyesight is legendary during daylight hours. From atop a termite mound or a low rise, it scans the horizon, detecting movement far beyond the reach of most animals. Its depth perception is flawless, allowing it to judge distances with pinpoint accuracy, a crucial skill when a single burst of speed must end in success. Scent, too, is a vital thread in this tapestry of survival. Both cheetahs and hyenas possess an extraordinary sense of smell, capable of detecting prey, rivals, or the faint trace of a recent kill from kilometers away. The air is a living map, rich with information invisible to the eye. Each breeze carries stories of danger, of opportunity, of life and death. These sensory adaptations are the silent allies of the savanna's predators. Night vision opens a world closed to most. Acute hearing turns silence into symphony. Scent transforms emptiness into a trail of possibilities. Together, they form a sixth sense, a hidden edge that tips the balance in the endless struggle for survival. In this world, the unseen and unheard become the keys to life itself. Through the power of their senses, the cheetah and the hyena claim their place as the true superpowers of the wild. The savanna is not a static stage. It is a living, shifting landscape, sculpted by the relentless forces of climate and terrain. Here, every predator must adapt, not just to their prey, but to the ever-changing world beneath their paws. As the dry season tightens its grip, grasses wither and waterholes shrink to muddy oases. Prey animals are drawn into tighter clusters around these precious resources, and predators like the hyena and cheetah must recalibrate their strategies. Open plains offer little cover, demanding patience and precision. For the cheetah, the hard, cracked earth becomes both ally and adversary. Its lightweight frame and specialized claws grip the ground, maximizing each stride. Yet the glaring heat can sap strength, forcing hunts into the cooler hours of dawn and dusk. In contrast, the hyena thrives on endurance. Its broad, padded feet traverse rough terrain and thorny scrub with ease, following migrating herds across vast distances. When rivers swell in the rainy season, new challenges arise. Flooded grasslands scatter prey, and the scent trails that once guided hunters are washed away. Now, predators must rely on memory, intuition, and the subtle cues left behind in the mud and reeds. Rocky outcrops and acacia thickets add further complexity. These natural barriers can shield prey or funnel them into ambush points. The cheetah, built for speed in open country, avoids dense undergrowth, while the hyena's robust build allows it to navigate tangled landscapes and hidden hollows. Each chooses its ground carefully, turning the savanna's obstacles into opportunities or fatal traps. Seasons shift, and so too do the rules of survival. Drought, flood, fire, and wind rewrite the script of every hunt. For the predators of the savanna, adaptation is not a choice. It is the very essence of life. In this vast, unpredictable world, those who read the land and weather its storms become the true survivors, forever shaped by the forces of nature. In the relentless theater of the savanna, survival is never a solitary lesson. For the young of apex predators, the path to mastery begins not with instinct alone, but with the watchful guidance of their elders. Parental care is a silent, powerful force, shaping the next generation with patience, discipline, and hard-earned wisdom. A cheetah mother, vigilant and tireless, becomes both shield and mentor to her cubs. In the first vulnerable weeks, she keeps them hidden in tall grasses, returning only to nurse and groom. As they grow, her lessons begin. She introduces them to the scent of prey, the art of stalking low and silent, and the explosive sprint that defines their kind. Early attempts are clumsy. Cubs pounce on insects or chase shadows, but the mother does not intervene. Instead, she lets them fail, knowing that every misstep is a step closer to survival. Hyena clans, too, are schools of experience. Within the den's safety, older siblings and attentive mothers nurture the youngest, teaching them the complex social codes that govern clan life. Play fighting hones reflexes and builds hierarchy, while communal meals become lessons in patience, cooperation, and the strategic sharing of spoils. Young hyenas learn to read subtle signals, a flick of the ear, a low growl, the timing of a retreat or advance. These are the building blocks of teamwork, essential for future hunts. Even among rivals, the transmission of knowledge is vital. Through demonstration and repetition, adult predators reveal the secrets of camouflage, the best times to hunt, and the dangers to avoid. Failure is an ever-present teacher, but so is perseverance. Cubs and pups must master not only the chase, but the discipline to wait, to listen, and to learn from every success and setback. As the seasons turn and the landscape shifts, the skills passed from parent to offspring become the true inheritance of the wild. In every carefully taught lesson, the legacy of survival endures, woven into the fabric of the savanna, carried forward by those who were taught to adapt, to hunt, and ultimately to endure. Across the vast savanna, the drama of survival extends beyond the hunt. Here, apex predators are not only masters of their own kind, they are wary neighbors, fierce rivals, and at times reluctant collaborators. The boundaries they draw are invisible, yet fiercely defended, etched into memory by scent, sound, and the echoes of past confrontations. Territory is the currency of power. Lions patrol their domains in organized prides, marking boundaries with scent and roaring declarations that travel for miles. These warnings are not just for rival lions, but also for other predators who might trespass. Hyenas, ever opportunistic, skirt the edges of lion territory, testing the limits, searching for moments of weakness or distraction. When paths cross, tension crackles in the air, an uneasy standoff, sometimes erupting into brief, brutal clashes over a carcass or a contested patch of shade. Cheetahs, built for speed but not for brawls, avoid direct confrontation. They carve out territories in the quieter margins, choosing open plains where they can spot danger from afar. Yet, even here, their kills are rarely their own for long. A lone cheetah must eat quickly, always alert for the dark shapes of hyenas or the imposing presence of a lion pride drawn by the scent of fresh prey. The savanna is a place where victory is rarely absolute, where every meal is shadowed by the threat of theft. Despite the competition, a delicate balance persists. Predators seldom seek unnecessary conflict. The risk of injury is too great, the cost too high. Instead, they rely on ritual and restraint, displays of dominance, warning calls, and the subtle negotiation of shared spaces. Sometimes their paths intersect at waterholes or during migrations where necessity forces uneasy truces. In these moments, an unspoken understanding governs. Survival is a game of patience, strategy, and respect for the invisible lines that shape the wild. The savanna's predators are bound by rivalry, but also by a mutual dependence on the ecosystem's rhythms. Each species, in defending its place, helps maintain the balance, ensuring that the cycle of life, death, and renewal continues. In the silent stares across moonlit grass, in the careful avoidance of a rival's track, the savanna's true law is revealed. Coexistence, not peace, is the price of survival. Long before the first paw pressed into the dust of the savanna, the story of predation was already being written. Over millions of years, the landscape itself sculpted its hunters, forging tools from bone, sinew, and instinct. Each generation, shaped by the relentless demands of survival, brought subtle changes, refinements honed by the twin forces of necessity and opportunity. The lion's muscular build did not appear overnight. It is the legacy of ancestors who once stalked forests and open plains, gradually adapting to life in open grasslands, where power and coordination became the keys to overwhelming larger prey. Their golden coats, once suited to dappled woodlands, shifted to match the tawny grasses, blending strength with stealth. Hyenas, too, bear the marks of ancient innovation. Their bone-crushing jaws are the product of a lineage that branched away from felines, evolving the ability to consume not just flesh, but the very skeletons of their prey. Complex social structures emerged as a response to competition, turning scavengers into formidable hunters and pack strategists. Cheetahs tell a different evolutionary tale, one of speed over strength. Their lightweight frames, oversized nasal passages, and semi-retractable claws are the outcome of countless generations where only the swift survived. Even their tails, long and muscular, became steering rudders for high-velocity pursuits across open ground. But adaptation is never finished. As prey species grew faster or more vigilant, predators countered with sharper senses, finer camouflage, and new hunting techniques. Eyes shifted forward for depth perception, ears grew sensitive to the faintest rustle, and whiskers became sensors in the dark. Each trait, a response to the ever-shifting puzzle of survival. This evolutionary arms race is both subtle and spectacular. It is written in the quiet patience of a lioness crouched in the grass, the eerie laughter of hyenas echoing in the night, and the explosive acceleration of a cheetah streaking after a gazelle. The savanna itself is a living laboratory where every adaptation is tested by the harshest examiner of all, time. Through endless cycles of challenge and change, the predators of the savanna have become masters of their domain. Yet evolution continues, relentless and unseen, ensuring that the next chapter in the story of survival is always being written beneath the endless African sky. In the vast theatre of the savanna, brute strength and speed are only part of the survival equation. Intelligence, the quiet power of observation, learning, and adaptation, sets apart the true masters of this wild domain. Watch as a lion pride orchestrates a hunt, each member reading subtle cues from the others. There is no spoken command, yet the group moves as one, anticipating the zigzag escape of their prey. Such coordination is not instinct alone, but the product of social learning and memory, skills passed down through generations, refined by experience. Hyenas, often underestimated, demonstrate complex problem-solving both in the hunt and at the carcass. Their ability to plan ambushes, decipher the intentions of rivals, and even cooperate with unrelated clan members reveals a cunning intelligence. When faced with a locked bone or a stubborn hide, they use patience and trial and error, manipulating their environment in ways that border on tool use. Cheetahs, though solitary, display another kind of mental agility. Each hunt is a puzzle of wind direction, cover, and timing. Young cubs spend months observing and imitating their mother's tactics, learning not only how to chase, but when to wait and when to abandon a pursuit that wastes precious energy. Even the smallest predators, jackals and mongooses, use clever tactics to outwit larger competitors, from feigning injury to distract rivals, to working in coordinated teams to flush prey from hiding. Intelligence is not a luxury here. It is a weapon as finely honed as any claw or fang. The predators of the savanna are not mere creatures of instinct. They are thinkers, strategists, and learners, ever adapting their minds to the shifting challenges of their world. In the endless dance of survival, it is often the sharpest mind, not just the strongest body, that claims the prize beneath the burning sun. Across the endless grasslands, the ancient rhythm of predator and prey once seemed eternal. But as the sun rises on a new era, subtle shifts ripple through the savanna, changes that test the adaptability of even its most seasoned hunters. The land itself is transforming. Seasons grow unpredictable, droughts linger longer, and sudden rains reshape the terrain. Rivers that once drew herds in predictable patterns now vanish without warning, scattering prey and forcing predators to venture farther, risking unfamiliar territory. The delicate balance that once governed every hunt is thrown into uncertainty. Yet, the greatest challenge comes not from nature, but from the encroachment of humanity. Expanding farmland and settlements carve the wilderness into isolated pockets, severing ancient migration routes and fragmenting the home ranges of lions, cheetahs, and hyenas alike. Prey becomes scarce, and competition intensifies, not just between predator and prey, but among the predators themselves. Fences and roads, invisible lines to the creatures of the wild, become barriers that trap or divide families. The silence of the night is broken by distant engines, and once safe watering holes grow crowded and dangerous. Some predators adapt, learning to hunt closer to human boundaries, their senses attuned to new threats. Others are not so fortunate, their numbers dwindling as their world contracts. Disease, too, finds new pathways, spreading swiftly through populations stressed by hunger and confinement. Cubs that once played under a watchful sky now face dangers that their ancestors never knew. But amidst these challenges, the resilience of the savanna's hunters endures. Some packs and prides find new ways to survive, altering their territories, shifting their patterns, and teaching the next generation the ways of a changing world. The story of the savanna is now one of adaptation not only to the whims of nature, but to the far-reaching shadow of human influence, a test of survival with no clear end in sight. The future of these iconic predators hangs in the balance, written not just in tooth and claw, but in their ability to navigate a world reshaped by forces beyond their control. In the heart of the wild, the ultimate contest is no longer just against prey or rival, but against the shifting boundaries of the world itself. As the savanna's shadows lengthen, a new chapter unfolds, one not written in the immediate clash of predator and prey, but in the slow, determined struggle for survival that stretches into the future. For the wild hunters of the grasslands, tomorrow is uncertain, shaped by forces both ancient and alarmingly new. Yet, amid the turbulence, threads of hope are quietly woven. Across the vast expanse, hidden from the eyes of the world, conservation efforts take root. Protected corridors are mapped, linking fragmented territories, allowing lions, cheetahs, and hyenas to roam as their ancestors once did. Water holes are restored and native grasses replanted, reviving the intricate web of life that sustains predator and prey alike. Innovative strategies emerge, wildlife reserves are expanded, and technology quietly monitors elusive packs and solitary hunters, tracking their movements and health. Disease is met not with resignation, but with vigilant intervention, as experts work to contain outbreaks before they can devastate fragile populations. The delicate art of coexistence is practiced, not just with neighboring species, but with the ever-present footprint of humanity. Yet challenges remain vast and complex. Climate change continues to redraw the boundaries of survival, shifting rainfall patterns and altering the availability of prey. Genetic diversity withers in isolated groups, and the relentless advance of infrastructure threatens even the most carefully protected landscapes. For every success, setbacks linger, poaching, encroachment, and the unpredictable hand of nature itself. Still, the wild predators of the savanna endure. They adapt, learning new paths across the land, honing ancient instincts to meet modern threats. Their future will not be shaped by chance alone, but by the steadfast commitment to conservation, innovation, and the understanding that their fate is inseparable from the health of the land they call home. In the golden silence of dawn, a lioness leads her cubs across dew-laden grass, a symbol of both vulnerability and hope. The story of the savanna's hunters is far from over. It is a tale of resilience, adaptation, and the unyielding will to survive, echoing across generations. The horizon may be uncertain, But as long as wild hearts beat beneath the endless sky, the fight for tomorrow continues.